Question about Deckible. Of course, the other thing is also, what is the business model? If I may ask you that, Nick. Like,
Right.
so for the creator slash, and then also, of course,
Right.
you're in business. It's not a.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, the creator sets the price for the deck, right? So we don't have, we advise people not to undervalue their deck because a lot of creators are not sure. I mean, your deck packages a lot of knowledge, right? It could be what are other decks in that kind of niche? I mean, 50, 60, $70 or whatever,
Yeah.
right? So, and then we get a fee from the App Store, from Apple taking a percentage. 15% goes there, and then that leaves 85, and we split that with our creators 50. So you make 42.5% of the selling price of the deck, but you don't have to, you're not paying us to be on the platform. You didn't pay to list it, right? But you're making money from it. That's a pretty compelling offer. You compare that to a lot of course platforms where you're paying them 100, 200 a month just to be on there. So we literally try and compare ourselves to Audible and be as much like Audible as we can. So Audible pays out 40% to an exclusive author, right? So there's a lot of decks, right? We're really just scratching the surface. We're just getting going with this, right?
And how long has Deckible be around on? Like, I mean,
it's 2 years.
Blood, sweat, and tears, or has
it
been a
it's
joy?
been an incredibly. It's honestly, it's been a hard journey. People are very attached to their paper, but it's not necessarily logical what they are, and that's okay. It's actually harder to digitize this than it was to digitize Audible or Kindle. When Kindle came along, they had the words electronically arranged already. When Audible came along, they had the audio files. That we've created a standard for how to upload a deck, how to handle guidebooks, all the things that go with it, right?
Oh, here's another one I reviewed. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And here's another famous person.
And then you've got so you could just, if you click on that, get this deck, right?
Oh, yeah, the thing is also you have credits, right? So you can actually, you can try it.
So you can just click try it, right?
And 100% access. There's a couple.
So you just, as soon as you click try it, you download it, you've got it on your phone. There's one. Honestly, you've come across a lot of the decks that I've come across along the way, right?
Sometimes I'm useful because here and there I find ones that you haven't seen yet.
Definitely, no, you have. Well, there was
this is the other one.
Deck. Story Deck's great.
This is a classic one. I actually can't, because this is one I want to review, and it's a pain in the butt to get it into Europe.
Yeah,
it's really
you don't need to.
It's right here.
Right.
Really keen.
Honestly, we are. It's very funny, but we're kind of going against. There's so much attachment to paper, but if you look back in time, how did you feel about vinyl and CDs and cassettes? You felt exactly the same at that point in time, right? And so this is a classic innovation. There's resistance. There's people who dive in early. There are people who go, oh, I get it now. The number of people who've said to me, I didn't get Deckible 2 years ago. And now they're like, yeah, I understood. I've heard everything you've said. I've understood it. I've not disagreed with it, but I can see now why I should do it. Right? It's just this is the path to innovation. It happens again and again and again. It's just absolutely it's like clockwork.
Nick, and sorry, I'm not super curious about. The more I think about it, what is currently, if you had to list off the top of your head, what is the main user base here? Because the thing is, I come in from this business ideation space, but then I'd like the meditation, the kind of reflection, oracle stuff. There's quite an amount of them. Like, do you see a lot of people using that? Where does the weight sit?
It's everything. And it's honestly, we have to think about that a lot and think about it hard, because we try and make sure, if on the Deckible homepage, we list this 7 different categories. So we've got 7 high-level categories. And it's important in our mind that we have all of those, and we do, right? And so we have users and customers in each category, but it's also, people look at it and go, oh, you did never ask that question about a book, right? You go to Audible or Kindle and you buy a book and you don't say, well, just a minute, I don't know if I want to read this because there's some books about topics I'm not interested in. Everyone just goes for the thing they're interested in, right? And we have creative decks, strategy decks, business decks, wellness, meditation. You can literally there is a deck for everything, right?
It's a rabbit hole. That's the problem.
Like,
in a good way.
It's a good rabbit. Yeah, there's bad rabbits and good rabbits.
And I mean, you just recently, maybe I need to ask you, like, what is one of the biggest challenges? What is the thing that you guys, maybe I need to ask you this, Nick, because I never asked you, like, how big is the team working on this?
Like, it's 4 of us. So we have 2 people on the development team. I'm kind of sometimes developing stuff, but more on the biz dev and there's two of us on biz dev and strategy and marketing and branding, right? So it's classic innovation dilemma stuff. People look at it and go, "Oh, great," but look at you're a massive fan of decks, but you've got strong attachment to physical,
Oh, I have a problem.
right? But there's nothing wrong with that because that's exactly how everyone felt about music in 1999,
But the thing is, at the
right?
moment, I would say to you, I want both.
People still have both. Marshall McLuhan, the medium is the message guy. Oh, people always said, you know what, will TV kill radio? No, it didn't, right? Did movies kill books? No. Did TikTok kill anything? No. We just, our attention moves around and
It's whatever makes
it's very
sense for the
natural
moment,
to
right?
be.
Yeah.
Everyone will do what they want to do when they want to do it. But there comes a point where the accessibility of carrying these decks with you, when you go somewhere, if you go to an offsite somewhere and you go, damn, I didn't bring my decks. I wish I'll make sure I have them digital in the future, right? I have a lot of card decks. I play a lot of board games. I have physical books, but I
You
have
can't carry him with you,
800.
right?
I have
Right.
800 books on my phone. I have 800 audio books. I'm not abnormal. I know people who've got thousands of Kindles, right? And there are lots of people who have decks, but you can't bring them with you all the time. You can't bring all your books just in case, right?
Yeah.
So you don't. How many albums do you have today?
I have
How
lost
many
track, to be
cassettes?
honest.
Still have
I don't.
albums?
No. I have zero.
Oh, yeah.
I have a couple of
Right.
CDs left in South Africa that I didn't want to kind of get
Right.
off. But honestly, I have nothing for the
So
last.
that's my case
8 years.
rests, right? It's a matter of time.
Yeah. I
Will
think
change behavior.